Media with Michael Burgess, and we know that you are a part of this program here at TCL. Now, what is your position here?
I am the program manager for PILAU.
For PILAU. And PILAU's focus is actually about African American retention, African American male retention in education.
Right. Here, the program seeks to retain African American males here at the Technical College of the Lowcountry, to improve their academic outcomes, and to try and reduce we have a number of African American males who start
college. Start the process
getting
toward
a degree or a certificate.
Right.
But very, very few, less than 10% of them
complete the process.
Right. So,
and is that a national statistic? Less than 10, or is that here at TCL?
That is specifically here at TCL, and the numbers aren't much better on a national scale. It is a challenge for African American males to one, go to college,
absolutely,
and complete college.
Yes.
African American females, 2 to 1, and in some cases more, are more successful
in completing. Yeah, their matriculation and so forth.
Right.
Yes, so it's interesting in terms of coming into this program, because I know you're fairly new to Beaufort County as well, and to this program. So what drew you to come to Beaufort County to actually work in a program like this?
Well, the first answer is I was needing employment.
Okay, so, like a lot of people, right? Right about now, absolutely.
It was, the work I'd been doing previously, the economy slowed down. I found myself in a job search.
Right.
And I was looking, like a lot of folks, for anything that would be able to help me meet my obligations and my needs.
Right.
And then I applied for the program, saw the name, mispronounced it.
Right.
I called it PILAU.
PILAU.
And I sent in my application, and they called me, and I said, okay, well, let me do a little research and see what PILAU is.
Right.
I put it in, and I found the rice.
Right, exactly.
And then I went to the TCL website and put the same words in, and then they brought up the page. They have a page on their website for the PILAU program, and I saw that it was about the recruitment and retention of African American males at the Technical College. I said, now this is a job I can do.
Yes, you can do.
This is a job that fits so much of my background.
And what is your background? Is your background in education, or what were you doing prior to?
Actually, I have a degree in journalism.
Journalism, interesting.
And work that I've done before coming here, I worked for a fatherhood program.
Now.
This was working with non-custodial, mostly African American, never married fathers. A lot of them did not have their GEDs. And some of them had some college, but the program was about getting these young men to recognize their value as fathers, and getting them to get their GEDs, to become more involved in their children's lives, to support them emotionally, spiritually, and materially,
as well as financially.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Because kids gotta eat every
day, they gotta have sleep every day, they gotta have clothes every day, water. So
this matched the same type of work. So when I came here, we're working with African American males.
Right.
Some of them coming out of impoverished situations.
And some are fathers themselves.
Some of them are fathers. Some of them are husbands.
Husbands, right.
In some cases, we have participants in the PILAU program who have family obligations, who have work obligations. Your community college student is a non-traditional student in that they are typically older. They're not 18 in most cases.
Right.
And they may have families or jobs, and so it can be a barrier to stay in school.
Yes, absolutely, because you have all of the other things in life to contend with. You have your schedule, and then if you have another child that was unexpected, now you may have to work more and not take the classes. Yes.
So it can be a challenge. One of the other things, if you're, say, young man, you're in the workforce and you're thinking, I could actually improve my earning power.
Right.
If I went and got, say, an HVAC.
Certificate.
Well, when you come into school, you wind up having to take math and English, things that have nothing to do with HVAC.
Right, and you're saying, why do I have to do all that? I just want to work with my hands. I wanted to do this and get back out there.
And so it can be a challenge to make those students understand you've got to stay the course.
Absolutely
stay the course. get through these
required
courses.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to your core curriculum that you want to take for,
Right.
for the certificate you want to receive.
Absolutely.
And so that's a big part of it. So what we try to do is create a learning community.
And that's interesting.
You know?
That's interesting. Because more often than not, in academia, you don't hear the word community as much. You see, so it's very important. I mean, and look, Technical College of the Low Country is in a county where everything tends to be focused around community.
Community,
Yes,
family,
community, family,
and the
traditions,
traditions
and
of Gullah,
culture. Exactly.
which we've actually incorporated into the PILAU program. When we talk about cultural understanding, it is the Gullah traditions that we want our students to understand. African American males here in this 4-county area that we serve are Gullah.
Right, for the most part.
Whether they know it or not.
Right, absolutely. You know, with my help, they'll know.
Right, of course. And so we want them to develop an appreciation of that culture, a respect for the culture, and that kind of understanding reaches inside,
Yes.
you know, and creates a sense of self, a sense of place,
Yes.
a sense of community, and therefore you get this sort of persistence
True.
that grows out of that.
Yes.
And what we want is for these men to be able to persist
Right.
for the sake not only of their own self-interest, but for the sake of family, for the sake of community, for the sake of growing into new leaders.
Absolutely.
In this area. So,
And it's interesting you use the word persistence.
Yes.
Because I think that is one of the adjectives that people continue to use to describe the people of the Gullah Geechee Nation.
Yes.
Because if we were not persistent and consistent
Right.
and self-determined,
Right.
our culture could have been annihilated
Right.
and just moved out of the way. And so this program, I think, is vital to the whole fabric of the Gullah Geechee Nation. Because when we have the family recentered on the circle, which is something I talked about in the workshop today, and everyone knows about their part and how when we all put this energy into it, how it just gains this momentum that can move us along together, you know, just like a shout circle.
Exactly.
You know, that energy keeps building and building and building, and it brings you all up. You see, it lifts you up. And so I think that is vital. And then the fact that this is named after rice, you know, we like that already, you know, because we can name on that. And so the rice for us is always nurturing, it's always filling, and it's always to give you strength. Because that's one thing our elders always told us, yeah, you have to get your thing, you got to put some meat on your bones so you'll be strong enough for work. You see, and so we definitely want our young men to be strong enough to continue the work and be persistent and complete their degrees. Not just come in,
Exactly.
not just say I went there,
Right.
but say I graduated.
Right.
So it's powerful. So we definitely thank you, Mr. Burgess, for coming to Beaufort and things like that. We hope we can hold on down here a little while longer. Maybe we make on some of this rice for now and thing you'll stay for truth.
I think if you make that for me, I'd be
You ain't
inclined
going
I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, all right. Then see, that's what we talking about. Now, yeah, so definitely we're glad you're here. Looking forward to the other programs, and especially looking forward to September 3rd when the kickoff is going to happen.
Yes.
So we are going to definitely be back, and we are going to cover that so that our folks know for truth what is going on. So chillin', look ya, like me always be said to Hannah chillin', for sure, this year, the what going on. PILAU, go look them up. Make some dish of that thing. Now I'm gonna leave it, then email me so we can see how the thing turn out. Okay, children? Thank you.
On behalf of PILAU, myself, I want to present you with a certificate of appreciation. It reads, presented to Queen Quet in grateful acknowledgement and sincere appreciation for your services involved in the PILAU program.
Oh, thank you. And PILAU stands for Promoting Integrity, Leadership, Academics, Cultural Understanding. There we go, y'all. Let me see out there. All right.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this gathering. We thank you for the mission of PILAU. We thank you for Queen Quet and all that she has shared with us. May that we go out and share it with others. We thank you for the food that you provided for us. May it be nourishment to our bodies and help us as we go along in this journey. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
We have that Queen Quet and her